welcome to the Keep On Wrenching Garage. I'm looking for a little inspiration today. And what I need to get inspired about is this 1966 CB160. Whenever I start a new project, I always like to pull one piece off, polish it up, and use that piece for the rest of the project to say, this is the benchmark, this is how good it's going to be. Taking a look at the old CB160, it's actually not bad. The painted fenders are what are really kind of going to need to be redone. But I'm kind of eyeing one of these covers. This Honda cover might be some good inspiration. I don't know, what do you think? What should I grab? I think I'm going to go for this kind of dingy, but still in really good shape, points cover plate. Let's go ahead and grab our trusty JIS screwdriver. And let's see, yeah, it actually comes off, that's awesome. And can we go 2 for 2? This one is a little bit stripped out. Gonna need to go find something a little meatier to get that out. We're gonna go with a flathead on this one. Looks like there's already a little bit of a slot in this. There we go. Here's that snap. Gotta love hearing the snap. All right, the big reveal time. Looking pretty good. This is interesting, man. This has a single point. Interesting. Gasket is still there. That's all good. Cover's actually in really good condition. I'll show you real quick how to polish this up. Let's degrease this thing with a little bit of super clean and spray some of that on there. Let's clean that part initially. I'll grab myself a quick rag. Let's just give this a wipe off. The reason why you wipe this off is you don't want to get all this grime and grit onto your polishing pads. Once you head over to that stage, you just want to degrease. You want to get all this muck off of there. No reason to pollute your pads. I'm taking like a nice close look at this piece. There are some nicks in that we're going to want to try to get out. And I think the prime polishing pad is going to be our first ticket here. So let's get to work here. Got the prime polishing pad here. You'll see after just like one little pass like that, we're busting through all that nasty. Make sure you wear a mask when you're polishing aluminum. Just doing some gentle pressure. I'm not pushing into the piece at all. It's real gentle, just kind of barely letting that pad scratch the surface here. These prime pads are great for getting into some of these little nooks and crannies here. You can see here, we're getting a rough cleanup right here now. Getting all that old oxidation off of this aluminum really quick. This beats wet sanding, let me tell you. And there you can see our first little rough pass on this, just knocking that major oxidation off. I think we can go straight to the polishing pads, to be honest. I may need to cut a little bit deeper, but I'm gonna go to my really soft, puffy pad. I'm gonna go to a white rouge on this run and see if we can get it, you know, looking just a little bit more respectable. I got a pretty good feeling about this. This is a pretty clean part overall. Yeah. I wish this translated on camera, but as soon as you start going with the softer pads and finer compounds, things start to look real good real quick. So yeah, you could go a lot further on this. There are still some little micro scratches and things in it. But again, this is just for inspiration, just to kind of do the first part on this bike and get things going. To protect this, when you polish aluminum, you got to protect it with something. So I'm going to go with little Wizards, all right, metal polish right here. I love my little cotton candy stuff, man. This stuff works great. I'm just going to need just a little bit of it. Literally, that might even be too much. And I'm just going to rub this into the surface of this piece. Let it sit for a little bit. Get that down in any of those little scratches. Again, if you wanted to get out those little scratches, you could sand down the material and go there. To me, they're more like just like battle scars to me. They're part of the history of the bike. I don't worry too much about it. I just kind of like clean, respectable parts. And after you've let that sit for a little while, just go ahead and grab a buffer pad or a little buffing pad or a microfiber towel and buff off the black And here's a quick look at the before, right when we pulled it off the bike. Looking a little dingy, but I've definitely seen a lot worse. 5-10 minutes of some labor, and you've got yourself a nice clean part. And here's the after about 10 minutes of work. Not too shabby. Now the fun part, we can go ahead and kind of just put this back on there and look at it and get inspired for what is to come on this project. And now at least it isn't all horrible when you're checking out your next project. Kind of fun. I'm already feeling a little inspired. And so it begins, another project on the Keep On Wrenching channel. Be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you in the next video or live stream. There's probably going to be a lot of videos on this one.